neck area, and this is where things get a little different. Remember the trachea was the ridged tube. Well, this is very similar. You can barely see it here, but you see the light blue and white lines here? That's the trachea. Sitting on top of it is the thyroid. So the thyroid is a yellow, butterfly-shaped gland. There is no thymus on our torso model. But this is what gets very confusing for students, because look in your pig. What did the thyroid look like in your pig? What, like a pea. Was it yellow?
No.
No, it was dark. Was it kind of textured like this?
No.
No, it's smooth. Okay, this looks a lot more like the thymus in your pig, but it's the thyroid. So that's one of the biggest differences. Now, the good thing is, like I said, there is no thymus on this model, so you just have to remember that the butterfly in the neck here is the thyroid, and then don't let that confuse you for what you've already learned in the pig. That's the hardest thing about the torso. Okay, heart. And then the lungs have been removed here, and I glanced around. Oh, there's a lung back there. I'll get that in a second. Lungs would be sitting right here, and I'll show you one in a second. Here's the heart. Now, what you'll notice about the torso model is that the pieces do come out. This means that I could just put the heart laying on a table by itself. The pieces that come out do not have to be in the torso on the exam. So here's your heart. Above the heart is the aortic arch. The aortic arch is a red vessel. You can't really see it great on this model, but it's an important structure, so we still have it on our 201 list. I would put it right here on the red. So if I want heart, I'm going to put it on the belly, the body, the main part of the heart. If I want aortic arch, I'm going to put it on the red vessel above. When you remove the heart from the model, you can see a yellow tube behind where the heart was. That's the esophagus. So esophagus is on your torso model. Okay, so behind the heart, esophagus, yellow tube. Coming down, remember the diaphragm separates your thoracic and abdominal cavity. This is depicted here by a white flap. This is supposed to be your diaphragm. Below the diaphragm, you've got the liver. Again, this comes out and could be just laying on the table. Looks very similar to the liver in your pig. Okay, large, dark. On the underside, on the right, is the gallbladder. If you're confused about what it should look like in the pig, it should look like this. It doesn't always, but that's what you're looking for. Again, this could be sitting by itself on the lab table when you come in for your exam. Below that was the stomach. But again, this could be sitting by itself. But it looks just like, I mean, it's a pouch, light colored pouch, just like it was in the pig. Stomach. Underneath the stomach, on the back, that looked like the corn on the cob, was the pancreas. Okay, so this is what you were looking for the pancreas. It didn't always look exactly like this on your pig, but it should look something similar to this. It kind of sticks out like a little knob on the end, on the lateral side. This is your pancreas. This comes out with the intestine part. So again, this could be sitting by itself. So for the torso model, you cannot just remember under the stomach, because there will be no stomach. Okay? Pancreas. These are your intestines. This is also different than the pig. Large intestine, dark, around the outside. Large intestine. Small intestine, like a peach color, in the center. So remember, in your pig, large intestine was the tightly coiled one that was all wrapped together nice and neat, and small intestine was all the other stuff. This looks very different. Remember, it has to do with the size of the coil, the diameter, not with how much space it takes up. So large intestine around the outside, small intestine in the middle. Once you remove these, on the back body wall, you can see your kidneys. One on each side. One side's been split open. We don't really care about that for our intents and purposes. The other side is still intact. Now, I will point out the adrenal gland. I don't think the adrenal gland's on your torso list, but it was on your pig. Okay, so I'll point it out because I think it's helpful. So kidney, this is the adrenal. See how it's that light structure that's sitting, I kind of think of it as looking like a hat on top of the kidney. And so sitting right on top on the medial side, it's a lighter color. That's what you're looking for in your pig. And so hopefully that kind of helps you. Is that on your torso list?
No.
Adriel? Okay. The spleen is another one that's tricky for the torso model. It's this right here. Everyone wants that to be a kidney. It's not the kidney. You got two kidneys, here and here. This third dark structure, that's kind of an oval structure, is your spleen. Now remember, that was like the flap coming off the stomach. Well, the stomach does sit right here, but now it's been removed. So the only way you're going to see the spleen here is without the stomach. So you're not going to be able to remember that comparison. What you want to remember is that it's the dark, kind of oval-shaped structure all the way over to the left side. That's going to be your spleen. Looks very different than from the pig. I think, is that everything?
Yeah.
Thyroid gland. Where is it?
It's a yellow butterfly shape.
What's that right
Thyroid.
Yellow butterfly.
Any other questions here? We're going to clean up, and if you want to, we can take notes and stuff like that afterward.